What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Ooh, goodness gracious! Welcome back to the CheckSwing Podcast. We have a guest coming on later on there from the urban sports scene, and I just had it in my head to remember to say that, and then I said it out loud. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. It'll make sense later. Um, Welcome to back to the CheckSwing Podcast, y'all, with myself and uh, and and Coach Santa over there. I just read your message, Coach. Thank you very much.
No problem.
I even threw off my whole sense of thought again because I'm trying
Would
to.
you rather me send messages or pictures?
Messages are just fine. Messages are just fine. But welcome back. It is yet another Tuesday night. It is 8 o'clock. We are live. It is November the 12th. It is the day after the Eagles have trounced the Cowboys. It is the day of Joel Embiid's return to the lineup of the Sixers, to the actual playing lineup of the Sixers. It is a day that we are doing our show for you, and I like to start off every show by asking my folks how they been. So, Coach, how
Sir.
you been?
It's a loaded question.
It definitely can be.
I need 3 left-handed pitchers and 2 left-handed bats on my squad for next summer.
Jeez, you need 3 left-handed pitchers.
I mean, I don't need. I would definitely like. They're
Like
just yeah, but
yeah.
we're doing another set of tryouts next week. So just trying to fill up our roster. But yeah, just in off-season mode right now. Haven't had a tournament in 2 weeks, and I'm like, I need somebody to yell at. You know me, like I always go into like that deep perspective. What could I have done different? Um, so just kind of searching within myself how to coach better next year, and
Self what do we used to tell the kids about, look in the mirror, self evaluation.
yeah, yeah.
Evaluation. You coaches do it too. We evaluate ourselves. We evaluate kids, let me tell you. Players, athletes, let me tell you. Coaches, at least probably the good ones. Well, I don't know. Maybe the bad ones do it. I don't know. I don't know what people would consider me. Would I be a good coach or bad coach? I don't know. If you take my record into consideration, I don't know. But anyway, coaches self-evaluate probably every decision that they make. And they absolutely self-evaluate every decision that they make that didn't go the way they thought it would. Because even though the situation may not have gone the way you had wanted it to go, it still could have been the right decision to make. That's how sports goes sometimes. But we got a fun show for you today. We are talking to, well, I'm not going to say we're talking to, well, we are going to talk to some people, but we are talking about our reaction to the Eagles really just dismantling the Cowboys. And we have a Cowboys fan that's usually on the show.
There's a Cowboys fan out there who probably should change his name to hashtag scared weasel. He's the one that always, as he sends me stuff about, you know, Cowboys in the rings and such is in the Hall of Fame, and all these players are better than Eagles. But I have to be honest, he hasn't sent one thing about. I think I sent him like 5 things over the past week, no response. So, which kind of fits the MO to the Cowboys fans that are not from Texas or Dallas or whatever. They're cockroaches. Soon as something happens, they go back into their little holes
Mm.
and do cockroach type of things.
Mm. Ooh,
So,
that sounds personal.
I mean, here. You know what it is? All right. You know what it is? I wasn't gonna put this guy on black.
Uh-oh.
No,
Uh-oh.
no, 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 no.
Oh, hold on. Are you sure you want to do this? Think about it before you do it.
Oh no, no. I've been thought. I thought about it on the bus ride home like 4 hours ago. So
Uh-huh.
there's this guy, right? Um, I I don't know him. I don't even know what he sounds like. Um, but he takes the same express bus that I take home every single day. About you remember when I think the Cowboys were like 2-0 or 3-1 or whatever the crap they were.
Mhm.
They beat Cleveland, right? And they thought they were going to the Super Bowl. Blah 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 blah. Right. This guy, and I'm gonna put him on blast at some point and before the season ends because I took a picture of him because nobody would believe me. Right. This dude sits on the bench to wait for the bus. He has a Dallas Cowboy hat. He has glasses, prescription glasses that say Dallas on the sides. He wears a mask. It doesn't matter if it's 30 degrees or 90 degrees. He wears a mask with a big stupid star on his mouth, like a gag ball, you freak. Then his shirts hooded 40 degrees, 90 degrees. 40 all the Super Bowls faded out on the shirt. He wears blue underneath, 90 degrees. He has 10 rings on his fingers. All of them are different shades of blue.
Oh, this is daily. This is every day.
Yeah, this is a grown ass man daily. Okay.
Okay.
Um, always wears like blue pants. He has like custom Dallas, blah blah blah, whatever. Wore this crap until I would say the week before the World Series. Okay. At
Mhm.
that point, Dallas sucks. All of a sudden, after game two of the World Series, he changes it up. New York. Now he has prescription Yankees glasses. Now he has like pictures of like Reggie Jackson and Lou Gehrig, blah 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 blah. All this crap, right? They get swept after that. Didn't see him for a week. I saw him on the bench yesterday. Now it's UNC, North Carolina. Now it's all Tar Heel stuff. I'm like, wow. I'm sorry to say it, but that's a typical Cowboys fan. They root for the Yankees, either Duke or UNC. I'm probably going to see him in Lakers gear at some point. And all of a sudden, my colleague seems a bit dejected. Why for art thou dejection?
Well, a couple reasons, right? The first reason is the first reason is that this guy is now representing my team, and he's going to be wearing this stuff every day, looking strange. Because I'm just saying that because that's what I'm thinking as you're describing the whole situation. And the real reason I'm dejected is you said he wore cowboy stuff, right?
And then Yankees.
And then the Cowboys trash, and then the Yankees stuff, and the Yankees got swept. Now he wants to wear UNC gear, and I'm a fan of UNC, and
Mm-hmm.
basketball season is about to start. I'm a fan of UNC basketball.
Mm-hmm.
There goes the season.
There you go.
Duke has like the best player in the country already. And then they got like this 7'12" dude from like Sudan or I forgot somewhere in Africa, but he's like really good and really tall, and he's a freshman. Okay, both the kids, the best player in the country right now, who was already just playing with the doggone Team USA in the scrimmage over the summer. I forget his name. Connor Flag is his name. was playing with playing against Team USA, and from what they were saying, he was giving out that work too. Playing for Duke now, and then Duke got this 8'12" phenom out of Sudan that can do it all like Embiid. I mean, who's back in the lineup tonight?
Yeah.
I'm, well, there goes the season.
He
There goes.
reminds you seen the movie A Bronx Tale, right?
Oh yeah, one of my favorites.
So he reminds me of the dude that gambles.
Okay,
I can't remember his name. It was like Fat
I don't
Freddy or
remember his
whatever.
name either, but yeah, yeah, I know you're talking about the one that always got put in the bathroom or whatever it was.
Yeah, he got he got put in the, he told him to turn around and don't look at my dice. Yeah, he reminds me of that dude. Everything he touched turns to rubbish.
Ah, boy. All right. Well, I can't. I don't want him to break. I don't want the curse to be broken because then he's gonna go back to wearing Cowboys gear and they'll probably end up being good. So UNC, hey, we just got to stink this year. We wasn't gonna be good anyways. All right. Um. So like I said, we're supposed to be talking about the Eagles.
I'm sorry.
We ended up talking about Dallas. We ended up talking about Dallas fans. If you're a Dallas fan, and I know it's
Oh
tough.
yeah, yeah, um, the Dallas fan that won't come on the air because he's scared. Well, and he's a Yankees
Well, it's
fan
'cause
too.
he's smart. Well, now it's because he's smart.
No, he's scared because I think what it is
It's
now
smart.
that the cow now that his cow because all it's going to be is, oh well, you only beat us because we don't have that. But I mean, I thought we beat him last year too, a couple of years, whatever. Um, yeah. So
Well, let's put it this way: we really only beat them for two reasons. One is because we're better than them, but they wouldn't admit to that. The other reason is because they stink. There's no denying that. No
and,
denying that.
and they have an absolutely psychotic
I'm
general
sorry.
manager.
Getting I just had like a little allergy attack in my nose. I was able to avoid sneezing, but now I'm like congested now.
Don't hold it back. You gotta
No, I got to. I'm gonna have
because
to.
no, you don't hold it back because you'll get an infarction.
Oh, um, I wanted to ask you a question, Miguel. I
Sorry.
didn't put out I didn't put out a call to action question today. Didn't
Mhm.
think about it, but are the Eagles? So the question is kind of out there. Are the Eagles doing well because they're a good team? Or are they doing well because of who they've been playing against?
Yes, I think it's a combination of the two. But keep in mind what people are forgetting too is that they're still not 100% like healthy. Milata is now what is it? I forget what they call it, but now he's eligible to start returning to play.
Right.
Um because I mean, you could imagine what Barkley's been doing without one of the best tackles in the game, and imagine what he can do with one of the best tackles in the game. The the only thing that's going to stop us, I think, is ourselves, because there's two things that are troubling. One is Hurts. Um, I know, you know, we blew out the Cowboys, but he did still have a pick in the end zone, and he had that fumble early on. So he still has a little bit of issues with turnovers.
Can I speak to that?
Sure.
Because I've been waiting for somebody to bring that up, and it was a pick. He threw the pick. And don't get me wrong, threw the pick. But that was a hell of a play by
It
Trayvon Martin.
was not to his yes, that
That was
was
that was an amazing play he made on that ball.
to his credit. Yes, that was an amazing play. But in the stats, it's still going to read as a pick.
It is.
So
It is.
even
Now,
so, even if he doesn't throw the pick, you still got the fumble.
you still have the fumble.
So
You
which
still have the
is still
fumble.
an
Yeah.
issue.
Um, but with the situation that he had gone a few games without a turnover, which was great. The fumble, got to protect the ball. You got to protect the ball better in that situation. You just do. The pick in that situation, it's tough. It was in the end zone. You know, it could have really hurt. It didn't. Um, but damn, I mean that play. I'm sorry, I'm having this allergy attack. I'm trying to hold it back. Sorry, y'all. Oh, that was nasty. Sorry, y'all. he One of my main issues is he holds the ball too long. But
Yes.
I'm wondering if because I'm not really for one, I'm not there and I can't see everybody, and I'm not one of the people that gets to all 11 or all 22 or whatever it is called. Sorry, y'all. But are the receivers getting separation? Like, why is he holding the ball so long? Is he staring down one receiver and waiting for this receiver to get open, or are receivers not getting the separation needed? Can Hurts not throw somebody open? I mean, he can throw AJ open because AJ, you just put the ball over the top. AJ's gonna get open. Devontae too, really.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. I think that's an issue too, which is so I think what it is, the coaches are telling him, all right, you're throwing too many picks. So now I think he's trying to slow it down a little bit, but I think he doesn't read quick. Um, because even I think towards the second half, it was like as soon as he dropped back, he would look and then turn around and roll left or turn around and roll right. So, and you got to know what you have. You know what I mean? Kudos to the coaching staff in 2017 to say, okay, let's do the RPO with Nick Foles. So you got to know. I mean, to their credit, yeah, you got to know what your quarterback is and what your quarterback isn't. But I think at the end of the day, Sirianni is going to be the one that's going to determine how far we go because there's just. I think this was the first game he finally didn't get cute and just was like, let's win, let's get out of here, yada da 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 da. But the win before that, against I can't remember who we played last week. Um,
Um, damn.
but it
How we played last week too.
there we go. But
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, right? So that was, I guess, by all intents and purposes, a lot of people would kind of say that was a bad win because that should have been like 40-10 or whatever. But he got cute, and he gets into these things where I don't think he's a mature coach. Like I think he goes into these ruts where he wants to prove daddy wrong, kind of sort of thing. You know what I mean? So he'll do goofy stuff like shave his head like a dork, or I'm gonna go for it after every touchdown, and then keep chasing the 2 points. It's like he does stuff that's like immature for a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And in spite of all that, we're still winning. So I guess there's something to be said about that.
So, you know what's crazy, Miguel?
What's that?
The nationally, nationally, they don't understand Philadelphia's gripe with Nick Sirianni because nationally, if you're not, here watching the game all the time, you're not watching every game. Nationally, all you really see is, oh, they're winning. They're 6-2. Is that what they are? They're 6-2, and they want their head coach out of here. We don't necessarily want him. I mean, there are people that want him out of here. I don't necessarily want him out there. I just want him to be better. Just be
I,
better because you're doing something right. There's
I
something is working somewhere. And yeah, you can say they're winning in spite of his decisions, which they are. But there's something there because they keep putting it all out there. At least so far this year, they're putting it all out there. They're putting it on the line. Last year, it felt like they gave up on somebody.
mm,
Okay, I, they gave up on somebody, and they lost all those games in the second half. But this year, I mean, it doesn't feel like that's the case. Like, I mean, they're blowing teams out. The Browns game, they won that one handily, right?
mm.
The Jaguars game, they were fortunate to win, right? We were saying that a lot last year. They were fortunate to win that game, but they got out to that big lead. Cowboys game, the Cowboys didn't even get in the end zone. Didn't get in the end zone.
And that's the thing that I think is that I don't think is getting talked about enough. It's starting to get talked about on the national scene. Their defense is doing things that if we had this defense last year, we'd be talking about defending the title. You know what I mean? Like, you know, between the rookies, Mitchell and Dejoun or whatever, Dwight.
Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, I call him Dwight because he's Dwight's cornerback.
You better start getting that man's name right. That's Cooper DeJean. That's the mean machine, Cooper DeJean. I'm telling you right now, you better get that man's name right.
I keep thinking of the bit on SNL when Eddie Murphy was Stevie Wonder.
Mm.
You are dark and he's white. You are blind as a bad cat and I have sight. Yeah. But but yeah, I mean like the defense is just it's a pleasant surprise, I will say. And I
It
think
has
that's
been a pleasant
what's winning this
surprise.
game.
It has been a pleasant surprise. And coming up in a few days, we have another game. And it's crazy. I didn't even realize the Eagles were playing on Thursday until Sunday. I didn't realize it was Thursday night game this week. They're playing the Washington Commanders, and coming up in a few minutes, we have Wiley from the urban sports scene will be with us to talk about this game coming up on Thursday. Um, before I bring Wiley on, Miguel, what are you putting into this game? Like, so I started off by saying a lot of people are talking about the Eagles. Um, no, is it who they're playing, or are they better? Are they solid? Are they better? And since they've been on this run, I don't want to call it a little run. Sound like a hater. Since they've been on this run, they haven't played a team with a winning record, actually. And I'm thinking about it. They haven't played a team with a winning record right just yet. Right? They played the Bengals. Bengals were thought to be better, but they're just not. Um, with all that being said, they're playing a team that's going to be in the playoffs. If things hold up, keep going the way they are. They're playing a team that's going to be in the playoffs. We expect the team to be in the playoffs. Coming off of a short week for both of these teams, Miguel, what are you putting into this game? Like, what are you taking from this game? The results of this game, what you see in this game, or if guys are a little sluggish, being it's a short week, are you going to put that into your recipe for your thoughts of the game?
That's the only thing I'm starting to hate the Thursday night games because traditionally they are what you just said, just sloppy. But it is going to be a test. I think this will be a true test of what the Eagles really are.
Mm.
Um, it's going to be a true test of defense because I think Jaden Daniels is. I think he's the real deal. You know what I mean? He's going to be the best quarterback we've seen, I think, all season. Um, so I this is going to be the test.
Definitely, probably the best quarterback we've seen this season. Oh, did not mean to do that. Oops. Oh, man. Did not mean to do that. I just changed the whole color scheme of the show just now. I clicked on the wrong doggone thing. Sorry, it happens. This is live. Clicked on the. I don't even know how to get. I don't even. I gotta find the hex code. I don't even know.
It's your allergies. It's the allergies.
Yo, the allergies are kicking my butt right now. I don't understand. All right, I'm all messed up in the game right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can. I don't even know what I. Oh Lord, I gotta get my man Wally on. I'm trying to change up the thing, and oh Lord, I'm messing up over here, Coach.
Did you hang up on Wally?
No, he's there. Here we go. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Hey, this is live. This is live. This is how it goes down when it's live. All right. So here it is. Without further ado, we bringing in Wally from the urban sports scene. My man Wally's in the building, man. Me and Wally, just so everybody knows, me and Wally go away. Wally, have you been on the CheckSwing podcast before?
Nah. I've been on another pod, not this one. I've been on all types of Do Twitch show podcasts, but I haven't been on this one.
I don't know if you've been on this one yet or not. But welcome to the CheckSwing Podcast, Wally.
Appreciate y'all for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
We go way back to the Eastern Shore days. We've known each other, 25 years now.
Yeah, bro. Out there, like since 99, right?
Yeah, since 99.
Yeah, bro.
Old, man. I'm not old.
Man, look, I got grays now in the goatee. Like now I know it. You know what I mean? Look, we here. We here.
Man, all right. Lost my whole train of thought here. All right. So Wally is on. He does his thing down in the DMV area, Coach, and he has a lot of insight to share with this about this Commanders squad. Wally, I want to say this first, right? I think I was watching before the season started. I was watching. I don't know if it was Pro Football Focus but it was one of those shows, right? And they were selecting who was going to win each conference, each division, excuse me. And when it came to the NFC East, there was certain people that picked Dallas. Yeah. There were certain people that picked Philly. There was one person that picked Washington.
Wow. It wasn't
one
me.
person picked Washington. And I said, man, what is this dude on? Or does he know something we don't know? Let me ask you, Wally, from the urban sports scene.
My man.
Is this resurgence of the Commanders this season, new coach, new quarterback, and just knew a whole lot of things? Is this surprising to the fan base down there? Is it surprising to you? Or were you expecting this?
No, it's surprising to me. I thought that we can possibly win about I thought we could possibly win about 6-7 games. It was up Jew. I was thinking that like maybe 6-7 games, but I even thought we can I just thought we might be in the Travis Hunter Bowl. I ain't gonna hold you. But then you watch, and then you got certain fans who are gonna always be like homers who are just gonna be like, yeah, we can win 9 games or whatever. The majority of folks we looked at it like, it's a rebuild. That's what it was. It looked like a rebuild. So this came out of nowhere. We said preseason. It was like, it's fine. It's solid. Then first game against Tampa, we was like, okay, we competed, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be rough. But it all kind of changed after the Giants game. After the Giants game, the Giants weren't good. We didn't score a touchdown. We scored like all points were on field goals. So we scored 21 points off field goals. But then that Bengals game, that's when it really changed, though.
Bengals game.
Yeah.
The rookie, right? Jaden Daniels, right? How surprised are you at his poise, at his maturity?
Yeah.
This early, he's a rookie. And it's like he's been around. It's like he's been around for a while. I mean, what could you attribute that to for him? And how do you feel? Like, how does that make you feel as a fan that you have somebody at this age right now?
Well, I'll start off with saying this: like, it does help that he played so many games in college. He had the extra COVID year, the extra year. So he's different from other rookies. He's actually like a vet in the game in terms of like, his stint in college. So it's different from other like you look at Drake Mays, Caleb Williams, right? They didn't play with so many games in college, right? But he's played he had so many starts in college. So that works to his in his favor. But then, I actually had opportunities to go to training camp and for like some, freelance stuff. And I got to see him, and I was like, oh yeah, oh boy, he's got control of the huddle. He's accurate. You know what I mean? He does a lot of good things. Now granted, he's a rookie, he's still a rookie, but there's things he does very, very well. And he doesn't. What I liked about him initially, he doesn't take unnecessary risks. And you would think, right? A lot of people when you're young, you're gonna trust your arm, you're gonna do this, that, and the other. If he don't see it, he ain't throwing it. That's what I love about him. He don't see him. That's why he doesn't turn the ball over as much. He doesn't throw interceptions. So he is a guy that you have to beat him. He ain't gonna beat himself. That's what I like about him. Because typically when you're deemed a mobile quarterback, right? You're typically gonna take chances at certain things. He does not take certain chances. Like he's accurate with the football. You got to be open. He's starting to anticipate better. And what I like about him is every week he gets better. But back to your thought process, back to your question, I knew he'd be a good rookie after when I saw him. I knew he'd be good. And I even tell people who talk about his size and being slender, he looks very different in person. He is not as like fragile as one would think. He's not. As he gets older, he'll put on some weight, but he's super tall. So he's not as small or slim as people think.
Miguel?
So do you think that the defense can stop Jalen, can stop Saquon, can stop I think we're supposed to get part of our offensive line back this week.
Yeah.
So that'll be an added benefit. But do you think the defense can stop them?
They've been tested playing Lamar, so I feel like they've done okay. They did okay against Lamar. The question to me, because this has been the thing that's been for me giving the Commanders issues. There's two parts. There's two individuals. Well, two things. One, you have a good running game. I think that when I look at the Eagles, the person that scares you most is Saquon Barkley. I just feel like what he does could be a problem, could be a serious problem. Obviously, AJ Brown being back. AJ Brown has been a problem against this team since he's been in Philly, right? But that's Washington has their own situation with Lattimore because they just traded for Lattimore. So he looks like Lattimore probably won't play. And a lot of folks here are not high on number 25 Benjamin St. Juste getting toasted. So like that could be a matchup to look at. But in terms, I think if you're going to look at it for Washington, their first thing is going to try to take away Saquon, because Saquon to me is one. You mentioned that line. That line's amazing. Now you're playing Saquon. Saquon with the Giants was the only show in town, right? So all people can load up against Saquon. You can't load up against Saquon here. So to me, it's like you got to try to find a way to take away Saquon without kind of going against some coverage disciplines, right? To keep guys, because you're still playing against AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, you know what I mean? So you got guys who can just beat you deep, guys who can beat you up the middle. You got like one of the best wide receiving cores in football, right? Tandems in football, to be real with you. So then you add in Saquon. That's a problem. That's a home run hitter. That's a dude that can take away time of possession. And with this Washington offense, I've always said this is like it don't matter what your defense is. They can score on any defense. Like they've shown that. Like they've scored against the Steelers. Had one of the best defenses. If it wasn't for a couple drop passes, they putting up 30 against the Steelers. The Ravens, they put up points. They pretty much throughout this season. I think they're Washington at the time was the second leading scoring offense in football. So they score against pretty much any defense. The issue is, like, for me, is that when you're playing against a team that can run the football like the Eagles, you can keep that Washington offense off the field. And they have the ultimate tool, man. I just feel like Chase, I ain't gonna lie to you, I think Saquon's a cheat code. So I think for them to get Saquon, it was a cheat code. I was like, yo, this is a demon. Like you don't got like a regular running back. You got a demon. Like that's not even a joke.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I knew Saquon was good, right? Like I knew he was good. I've seen him twice a year, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really watch the Giants any other time, but I didn't realize he was this dog.
Bro, he a demon, dog.
And he's older in the game by football standards.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was this good, man. I didn't know I knew he was good, but I didn't know he was this.
But that's the thing. The reason why I knew he was really good, like other than other situations, because other people got other folks that can kind of take the pressure away from him, from somebody. Like we look at McCaffrey's awesome, so ain't no knock on McCaffrey. But if you look at the Niners situation, look how many weapons he got with the Niners. He was good in the Charlotte too, so I'm not taking that away from him. Carolina. So I'm not taking that away from McCaffrey. But look how much weapons like these individuals have. Dude, the dude's quarterback is Daniel Jones. Let me say that again. Dude, quarterback was Daniel Jones. Like your quarterback, like, and all they did was run you, bro. And that means teams were loading up 8 in the box to try to stop you, and you still getting 1,000 plus, and you were still one of the dudes that like one of the best running backs in football. That's why I knew when he went to y'all, I was like, it ain't fair. Because now you can't put 8 in the box against him. You can't. Yeah. Like now he can be special in space. Like he can be special in space. Come on, man.
And that's what is impressing me, like in seeing him in space, because we never got to see him in space.
Yeah.
Now I see him in space, and I'm like, hey, was he this good with Penn State? Like, how did Penn State lose a game? And they had Michael Parsons at the same damn time. Think about that. I'm sorry.
I'm a Michigan fan. I've seen enough of Saquon. I already knew, bro. I already knew. I knew from the rip. I was like, this man ain't fair.
I don't even watch Penn State. Like, I'm just thinking about it now. Yeah. Saquon, Micah, and Miles Sanders all at the same time.
Yeah, they had Miles Sanders. Yeah, they had a tough running back room. They had a tough running back room back then, though. They had a tough one.
Jeez. Yo, it's crazy. How is the city right now? I mean, now that I almost said that word. Now that the Commanders are back.
I'll be saying that too. Don't worry about it.
Over the last 2 weeks, I've heard people say that word, that old name on the radio, and people up here respect them.
Like, I got a couple of words that says Commodores.
Yeah, some people say that. Some commies.
The commies. How is the city like? Because DC. I love DC.
Yeah.
How is it down there? Like right now? Like, I mean, I know people DC. Commanders fans don't jump off the bandwagon. Like, they're loyal, right?
Yeah.
They're loyal like Cowboys fans are, but they're not as obnoxious.
Oh, dang, that's just wild. Like I'm gonna say this, like they're loyal, but it's been dormant loyal for like under the Snyder regime. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's not. So now it's almost like it used to be. Like everybody popping, they excited about this quarterback. Jaden has brought a whole different vibe to this team. Dan Quinn, like his turnaround, his coaching staff, it's just wild. It's just cool to see grown-ups in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even from ownership. Obviously, ownership has been amazing, right? But like having a real GM and Adam Peters who like is making all the right moves, man. Like, like some of the players that he brought in that you didn't even think of, and like, oh, these are bargain players. They're not going to do whatever, and they're making impacts. You know what I'm saying? Like they got Dante Fowler who's out there getting sacks, and they lost Chase Young and and Montez Sweat. Dante Fowler putting up sacks like the first pick overall, second round pick overall. So they just Zach Ertz. We had a bad game last week, bro. He's been good though, but all right. So a lot of people are mad about Zach Ertz because he dropped a couple key ones, man, against for this team to beat the Steelers. But you know what? It's crazy. You mentioned Zach Ertz because I even said this when I was going to camp and I was catching and watching him. I was like, oh, he looked like Ertz from Philly. Like he looked like the Philly Ertz because he in great shape. He leaner. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a rough one. He had a rough game against the Steelers, but I tell Commander fans, like he got deposits with me, bro. Like he's been good. That's just one game, so that's an isolated game. But he's been good. Zach Ertz has been good. Zach
Ertz probably was working out all summer. His wife was playing in the Olympics, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he's been like,
I ain't got my wife here.
He's been working out, bro. He's been leaning. He was lean. He leaned out. But yeah, back to like. They've been like, it's just been cool. The city been dope because like Jaden, they just been loving Jaden. Jaden mom the good too, so it all works out. It all works out. Shout out to Jaden's mom, man. She's amazing. Go ahead.
Let's see if we can find a quick.
I'm definitely gonna look that up now.
Mom, she's wearing some. But see, I was about to say it. Some Commanders gear, like that. They look good. Yeah, you should put her in some Commanders
Yeah,
games.
bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. There's some stuff that can, man, I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, just put if you search Jay Dale's mom Commanders gear or Commanders clothes, like you'll see it when she's wearing
Yo,
this
you about to
onesie.
get us some like hate mail since
She's wearing some onesie type thing. I was like, oh, okay, you got it.
And that's the pick that I found.
Yeah, exactly.
I can confirm.
Yeah, exactly. Jay mom is she's been good for the city, dog. So she's been good for the city. So yeah, the city jumping right now, man. It's like almost it's comparable to 2012. It is like the energy. The energy is comparable to 2012. Well, RG3. It's comparable.
What do you foresee? You were speaking about the defense, the Commanders defense going up against the Philly offense. What do you see the Commanders focusing on Philly's offense? Like what I mean, I know there's like you can't focus on just the you can't focus.
Yeah.
But like where do you see them? Like where would you key on? How would you play against this offense?
I'd take away Saquon because I just feel like it's better off to make a team one-dimensional than whatever. And I think in track record for this team, Saquon has been a menace. I've seen it firsthand what this dude can do to you. Like you gotta. I'm an old school dude. I'm a believer in just the first thing you should do is stop and run. And when you got somebody as dynamic as Saquon Barkley, like you got to stop that because you got Saquon going off. It opens up everything else. It just does, man. It opens up everything. Like if Saquon is going off, now you got to put 8 in the box. Now you got to put extra man in the box. Now you got to play action. You know what I'm saying? The play action going to work even more. So if you can just kind of maintain, you're not going to really stop Saquon, but you can contain. I use that term. You can contain Saquon. Don't give up the big explosive plays. You know what I'm saying? Against Saquon. If you can find a way not to get those big explosive plays, then you have a better chance. That would be my main thing is to take away Saquon though.
That probably would probably be the best move. Take away Saquon, try to make the team one dimensional. I mean, you still got to stop those guys through the air.
Yeah, you got to, but it's just it is what it is.
A little easier stopping them through. Anyway,
yeah.
What we might do is do what y'all did to us a couple years ago when y'all gave us our first L and y'all kept the ball in y'all hands and we didn't have possessions and stuff like that. It was a Thursday night game. Wasn't that a Thursday?
That was a Monday night game.
Was that a Monday night game?
Yeah, I remember that game because that's when we had Taylor Heineke as a quarterback. That was a Monday night game. Because Taylor Heineke is trash.
Taylor Heineke is a quarterback, and y'all beat us. That was our first loss. And so hopefully, I'm hoping we keep away from y'all on Thursday night.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. It's a division game, so I don't ever. When I look at division games, you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. You never know what you're gonna get. Like I said, like Forrest Gump and crap. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Once you get division games, everything's out the window. You know what I'm saying. I love what I did to the Cowboys. It was amazing, man. That's just
I'm sure you enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it.
Everybody in DC enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it a lot.
That's the one unifying factor between us, the Giants, and the Commanders. Just beat the Cowboys.
Oh my God, bro.
Just matter of fact. So I'm still kind of I've been in Baltimore for what? This is my 4th year, and a buddy of mine. That's all he says. He's like, just beat the Cowboys.
That's all I want, man.
Just beat the Cowboys because it's like I remember were they in the playoffs last? Yeah, they were in playoffs last year, and I remember all these Cowboys cockroaches just coming out with their cowboy hats and their spurs and all this bull crap and stuff like that. I'm like, where were you? You know what I mean? Just random stuff.
And they lost the Packers. It was great. It was amazing. It was amazing because they were just so confident. It was amazing they got smacked by the Packers. So when y'all smacked them 34, it was 6. Was that 6?
6. Yeah, we gave them 2 field goals.
God, it was so refreshing. It just was.
My favorite part of that game, honestly, was when Zeke fumbled. When they
fumbled.
That was my favorite.
He wasn't doing this because he wasn't doing this. Because
I never hated something so much in my life until I started to see him every play.
Yeah.
And it sucked because he was good then. Now he's not good. Now
he's trash, and now you keep doing it. Like you're not even good. Why you keep doing it? You trash now. I don't know why you keep doing it. Like even when you're good, I get it, but now you trash. It's funny because Watt know this. I always tell him like it's why out of all the NFC East teams, like the Eagles have not been a team I've hated ever in my life for real. Maybe when I got older a little bit, but I don't hate the Eagles because I grew up loving Randall Cunningham. Like that was like my favorite quarterback. So it's like that's my goat. Me and Watt talk about this all the time. Like that's like my favorite quarterback, like almost ever. Like is Randall. So I don't hate
25 years ago.
Yeah, like I'll never.
I can't vouch.
hate on this dude. Like I can never hate on the Eagles. Like you know what I'm saying. I'll never hate on them because the Eagles aren't. And then they got Vic. I was like, oh, y'all like all the dudes I like. So you know what I mean. Like so, like the Eagles have never been a team. Like when I watch the Eagles, I'll be like, I don't hate the Eagles. Like when they played the Chiefs, I rooted for the Eagles. You know what I'm saying. So I don't really like hate the Eagles. I hate the Cowboys and Giants though. Like I do hate them though. Like I hate those.
I can honestly say that I've never hated the Washington football team.
Yeah, I don't really.
Neither version of them. I've always hated the Giants. I've always hated the Cowboys. I was actually one time I liked the Washington football team, the old version of them, because a friend of mine's uncle was Art Monk.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Wow. So I was rooting for Art Monk, and then he became an Eagle, and I had no reason to like. I had no reason to like the football.
He was an Eagle. He did come. Yeah, he did play for y'all.
Yeah, he ended up playing for us for a little bit after that.
Yeah, I like Eagles. Eagles. No, I like about the Eagles. They love black quarterbacks. I love about the Eagles. Though. Historically, y'all had like Rodney Pete, right? Rodney Pete. Y'all had Randall. You know what I'm saying?
We had some guys that got cut too.
And the Eagles actually had, I believe, if I look back correctly, I think they actually had the first. I can't even remember his name, but they had the first starting black quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, did they? See, I just love the organization. Is like always they just.
Yeah, I think the Eagles have had the most starting black quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, Eagles are very progressive, man. They don't. That's one thing I like about the Eagles. They will don't matter who you are, what you look like, they'll put you out there.
If you can play, they're gonna play you.
They're gonna play, exactly.
Which I never understood why Kevin Cobb got that shot over Michael Vick. I mean, I think it was politics. I never understood that.
But if you ever notice, like they're gonna play their draft picks.
Yeah.
So they ride them. They're gonna ride them until they're like, all right, you know what?
Yeah. Andy was fair with that. He wanted to give him an opportunity. He did draft him. He wanted to give him an opportunity to seize the day. Mm-hmm. Michael Vick was just like, was like, hey, what if? And he coached him up to be like Mike Vick again, and then it was over.
I tell you what, I feel like
that Monday night game where we scored what was it, like 40 points in the first quarter?
That's against us. You talking about against us, right?
Yeah.
That was we had Chip Kelly. That was Chip Kelly was our coach.
That was a Chip Kelly.
That was nasty work. That was nasty work.
That was the night that I knew one of my previous jobs.
Yeah.
That was I had just started that job that August.
Mm-hmm.
That was the night I found out that I did not want to work at that job anymore.
You know what? I think I remember talking. I remember talking to you about that. I think I do remember talking to you about that.
I found out how much money, just me, how much I was monitoring for that game. Just me, not anybody else in the room. Just me.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm getting paid what? This ain't for me. Y'all getting damn near $1 billion. And I didn't understand the corporate world. I understood it, but I didn't want to understand it. I'm monitoring 2 cities. I'm not even monitoring commercial feeds for 2 cities. $1 billion on the line.
That is wow. I remember talking about. I remember talking to you about that. We used to talk about that job.
I was watching the game, but I was like, "Yo, man, I gotta watch these commercials." There was something else I wanted to ask you, Wally, but I apologize. I'm sorry. Miguel had a question. Well, we were talking before the show, and he was asking something. You're an O's fan, right?
Yeah, I'm an Orioles fan, big time.
Orioles fan. Okay.
Because I think when I went on your Facebook, I think you were wearing like a Mets shirt, but I don't know if it was for.
Oh no, that's why I'm wearing hats and stuff. I just love colors and stuff.
I got you.
I think that shirt was. I think it was a blue jersey.
It was like a tank top, but it had a big Mets logo in front.
And the Mets on it. Okay, I thought it could have been a Sandlock. I have a Sandlock, like the Sandlock. Like I got like the Rodriguez jersey. It looked like.
Okay.
I don't have a Mets jersey. I know I have a Sandlock Rodriguez.
Yeah, it wasn't a jersey. It was like a shirt. It was like a tank top shirt.
Oh, if a tank top. Oh, maybe it was. I don't know. I don't have a Mets gear though, but I do like the Mets a little bit too. I mean, I used to like the Mets. I mean, they were like they're my favorite New York team. I like baseball. They're like my favorite New York team. I can't stand
you're an O's fan.
Yeah, I'm an O's fan though.
And there's 2 to pick from, and you hate the Yankees. You gotta hate the Yankees.
I hate the Yankees with a passion.
Yeah, so the Mets have to be your favorite New York.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That too, obviously. Yeah.
And for the record, I've been to 3 O's games.
Okay.
One of them against the Phillies.
Those games are lit.
So that game was
lit.
Were you there, Wild? Were you at any of those
Nah, I
games?
wanted to, but I watched it on TV. I just saw how we won that series 2-1, I think.
I was only asking because I was wondering if you heard somebody booing the Make-A-Wish kid.
That happened.
All right, so this is. You gotta tell the story right. He goes right to booing.
You tell the story, and
you go right to hold on. You go right to booing the Make-A-Wish kid. You make me sound like the jackass right off the bat.
Well, first of all, I didn't even say nothing about you.
Whoa, who booing a Make-A-Wish?
Okay. All right. You know how they do the introductions, right? You know, right. Uh-huh. So I'm not paying close attention because the sound system. If you're sitting in the upper deck, we're sitting in the third base side. Uh-huh. Sitting in the upper deck, it's almost like the speakers are like those speakers at like a backyard festival that you have to be right under the damn thing to hear it.
I got you.
So I'm hearing Ryan Mountcastle, Mateo, whatever. And I'm just like half-heartedly listening, whatever. So apparently the introductions were actually done, and they're doing introductions for other things, So here's a kid, whatever. So all of a sudden, I'm like, all right, let me get into this game. So then I hear, George Smith. My niece, who's sitting next to me, smacks the piss out of me. She's like, Uncle, what are you doing? I was like, what am I doing? And I see, right? He's standing in front of, like, halfway between home and the pitcher's mound, getting ready to throw the baseball. Not only is he a Make-A-Wish kid, but he's on crutches. I didn't see the crutches. The crutches, somebody was holding his crutches. Damn kid can't walk, and he's blind. I'm like, so of course I'm looking around, and our whole section has Philly fans.
Yeah. I get because I'm sure that. Yeah.
And they're all like,
they looking at you.
I'm like, why did you stop me? She's like, I tried.
This got to be the Sunday game, right? I'm guessing it's the Sunday game, right?
It was so both Saturday and Sundays were both day games. So
day games, yeah.
Saturday was the 4 p.m. game. It was the game on Fox. Okay. So that was the game. I think Santander hit like these 2 bombs.
Yeah, the two.
And the only game that freaking Kimbrel actually had a 1-2-3 save, and then I think he was done. He was done by like a month after that. So
that man was trash. He was in trash. He cost us a lot.
Found that out.
But I love going to Camden Yards. So I work like 2 blocks from there. But
okay. So you out there. Okay, so it's. I mean, as you know, then like it's a great ballpark. It's just I wish that it would be. I wish. Because the team was in the beginning of the year it was good. Then they had gotten a little losing streak, and they got injured, and then it kind of like hindered the whole season. But I wish more fans would show out. You know what I mean? Because it's a really, in terms of like young talent, they're a really good ball club. You know what I mean? They had some. Obviously, they missed Bradish. Had to get Bradish out for the year, who was arguably like their second best pitcher. And he was like one of the best pitchers in baseball, but he's the second best pitcher. You had Rodriguez, who was injured and didn't even really get to pitch in the postseason. So it's just they had a lot of issues going into the postseason. But I mean, it was a frustrating year. I won't lie to you because it was so much promise, and then obviously get hit with an injury bug, and then just to go out that way, like again getting swept in the postseason, that for the second straight year. It was like definitely annoying, but we'll see, man.
I've been following Baltimore for quite a few years, and that 14 team, man, like I don't understand. You had Adam Jones, you had Machado, and then you go out and put all your money on Chris Davis.
Well, it's wild because Chris had a really good year prior. It was a family, and they wanted to keep it. All right, the thing is, he was a free agent.
Right.
And they still pay Adam. Like Adam still got paid. Manny didn't get paid, but Manny, they weren't real talk. Boris was not going to have the way the Angelos family is, Boris was not gonna. Manny was not gonna stay here, bro. Because Manny was getting 3. He was getting 300, and Boris and the Angelos family was not giving him 300. You know what I'm saying? So they knew the only person they would give the money to that they had to pay to keep some of the people around would be Chris Davis, because Manny wasn't going to stay. And I love Manny. Manny is one of my favorite Orioles. Yeah. A lot of Baltimore fans hate Manny, but I love Manny. Like, I love Manny. But that was like my team. That season when they played the Royals in the AL Championship game series, that was my season. I thought we were going to the World Series that year. I didn't think we were going to lose anything. Like, I thought that was a year. But the Royals played, they played small ball. And I always tell folks in postseason, like when you do whatever it takes, you sacrifice yourself. You're not trying to hit the homers. Those teams are always going to be the more dangerous teams in the postseason, because like they'll do whatever it takes to score a run. And in postseason, pitching is 10 times better. Like, you can't play that style where you think you're gonna hit a 3-run homer. Nah, man. When you play small ball, you steal them bases. You try and get make people. They gotta get, like, when people say you're sacrificing yourself with the bunt, the Royals would still base then bunt. Like, they would do that type of stuff, and the Orioles weren't ready for that. It's almost similar to what happened this year.
Yeah, with the Dodgers.
Yeah, they did the same thing. The same thing happened when they played the was it the Royals? They played the Royals again, right? Yeah, the Royals.
Damn, no, Yankees.
Royals. Yeah, the Royals did the same thing. Witt was amazing in that series. So so it was just, the Orioles gonna have to find a way and their bats went silent. That's wild, because they have like good young hitters, but their plate discipline is a little bit off at times. So
you think Santander stays?
I'm gonna be real with you. I would let him go and try to sign Burns. That's what I would do, because I don't think they're gonna keep both. I think they need a pitcher more than they need Santander, because their young farm system, they got Kerstead, who eventually is going to be a guy who can hit 40 homers. He's a guy that you gotta have to play him eventually. That's your farm guy. I like Anthony Santander, but I think the money he's going to try to get, I would rather get a pitcher. You need high quality pitching now, like to pair. Like, you're going to have Bradish is going to come back. You have Burns, Bradish. You got Rodriguez. Now you're better off. You're better suited to win. The Yankees just went to the World Series. You got to worry about the Yankees and all. Like, you're better off, being ready for what they're going to try to do. You know what I'm saying? You let Burns go, then you're going to have to now. I know they're talking about getting free from Atlanta. That's a rumor. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but I think Burns was so lights out for them and so consistent and such an ace. Like, he was a Cy Young, a candidate. Like, I get him, I'll resign him, and then I love Anthony, but Anthony's streaky too. It ain't like Anthony he's streaky. I'll let him go, and then I'll put that money into getting Burns. If you can't get Burns, if Burns is over your cost, then I would try to go talk and get Anthony. But because they're bringing back O'Hearn, which I'm kind of like but okay, I think that money can go elsewhere. To your point, I feel like you can put that money into pitching. Like, I think that's what they really. I know they want to shore up some hitters, but pitching, like, we all watch the postseason, man. Pitching wins everything, bro. It wins everything. So if you can strengthen that going into the postseason, knowing that you're gonna get healthier, you're gonna get your closer. We're gonna get Bautista back for a closer. So you got things lined up, but you just gotta, like, to me, like, you gotta put your money into, like, things you definitely need go if you want to really make a run of this thing.
Amen.
Hey, he said it, boy.
Yeah.
Orioles talk we ever had on this show.
I told you, man, I'm an Orioles fan for real.
Definitely is.
I always tell folks out here, like, when they look at me, like, you baseball.
Orioles with us too. With us too, but you went to the farm system on it.
Oh, I can go farm system. Like, it's wild. People, when I talk to folks, you're like, you a baseball fan? I'm like, yeah. Wow, I don't look like one. What you trying to say? Trying to say
it's great to hear, though, like, seriously, because, like, I don't know, there was this funny thing, this funny meme that went out that the reason why the Phillies lost is because they're too white. And I mean, not to say that because when I first started following the Orioles in 14, it's like they got a lot of players that look like me, and now all of a sudden it's like it just seemed like they were kind of strategic, and you know what I mean.
Oh, I know you're talking about, but I'm gonna say, like, Adam Jones, because I've had Adam Jones. I've had Adam Jones on my show before. and he's like super dope, super cool dude. But he was important for the city of Baltimore. Like, you know what I mean? Like what he did for the city of Baltimore is amazing. He's like, he's beloved over there.
Yeah,
so I feel like he gets all the flowers. But that team, like you said, yeah, they had a lot of guys who looked like us, man. That year. But I felt like some of the dudes were like, you had some role players or whatnot.
Yeah. Delman Young.
Yeah. So I felt like, but I just like when you're a small market team, and that team was deemed a small market. That's wild. There's a small market.
I hate that term.
Yeah, but it's wild that they are one. But I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna call myself because now they got a rich owner, so I feel like they can make spend some more money. But like he just wasn't trying to spend money, bro. Like that. I saw like after I've been an O's fan since forever. So the year I even go further back. Like the year they spent a lot of money, and everybody makes jokes about it when they brought Bobby Bonilla. That Eric Davis,
Roberto Alomar,
Roberto Alomar was like the biggest to me. Was like one of the best signings ever. Like Roberto Alomar, Rafael Palmeiro, like they brought all those dudes. I felt like that's when they were trying to win. Like Angelos was the owner, DJ Surhoff, like they were trying to win. You know what I mean? And then then they brought in like Jeffrey Mayer kind of messed up the church's money. But then Armando Benitez gave up the home run to Fernandez for the Indians. We had that series because Mike Mussina was balling, so we lost that series, right? So after that series, Mike got ghosted, and he went to New York. We got Albert Bell, like we brought in Albert Bell, but that was the last time they tried to spend money. We sucked with Albert Bell. So then after that, it was like, man, we never tried to spend money to bring a winner here in Baltimore. To Baltimore, I'm in the DC here. I can't say here in Baltimore, but in Baltimore, right? So when Adam Jones, when they made the trade to get Adam Jones, man, it was refreshing, bro. Like when he came on, like he was Adam Jones. I call Adam Jones and Nick Markakis like the dudes that kind of built the groundwork for that team, that 2014 team. Obviously, then they drafted Manny. And then, they had Jonathan Scope in the minors. So then it was like, all right, this team was ready. You know what I'm saying? To your point, like, that's what made that team so dope. Because to your point, like, you got a guy like that's a leader who's out there, who's an all-star, is playing center field. We grew up, we watching Griffey, you know what I'm saying? Like, in center field, Adam Jones, who got a little swag with him. And, like, he's Baltimore. He's Baltimore. And, like, and the national media knows him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that team was special, man. It was. And they had Dimitri Young brother, Delman Young, who was kind of, doing some things. So it was a good vibe, man. 2014 was a good vibe.
Yeah, that 2014 team did give me like the 97 vibes.
Yeah.
Was it 97? Round 97? 96?
Yeah, Eric Davis. Yeah, for real. It's like for real. It was. It
gave me that kind of vibes. Like Baltimore's back. And then I don't pay attention to Baltimore, so no offense to anybody in Baltimore. Cool. I'm a Phillies fan. I was like, Baltimore's back, and then it seemed like 2 years later, I was like, what happened to Baltimore?
Yeah.
What happened?
It's okay to say you're a Baltimore fan. I mean,
But I'm not.
I mean, we back. I mean, we've been back for 2 years now, though. I'm saying the last 2 years. We've been good the last 2 years. We just haven't got to the World Series, man. I need to go to the World Series. I want that. Like, I want that in my life. I just want to get to a World Series. Like the Redskins Commanders, I always say it. I say both. Like, they ain't give me to, I haven't been to, they didn't get to bowl since in 91. And I watched that in the 6th grade as a kid. And then you got the Orioles. I was 2 years old when they won the World Series. But they've gotten close. They've gotten to the AL championship game. But I need y'all to get there so I can kind of experience it. The only thing I've captured here, two things. The Mystics winning a championship, and the Capitals winning their championship. That's the only thing I pretty much captured here.
No, the Capitals won a couple years ago.
No, that's the only thing I captured.
Yeah.
The only thing. Those two. The Mystics and the Caps. I was around. That was lit too. The Capitals were lit. I ain't gonna hold you. They were lit as a mug. I skipped work and I went to go hang out amongst the people.
I'm sure you did. Before we get out of here, I just want to just one real quick. Wiley said that the Camden Yards and Miguel, you said it too. Camden Yards is a great ballpark. Mm-hmm. I'll also say it. Camden Yards is a great ballpark. I've been there one time. Mm-hmm. I had great seats after the sun went down.
Oh yeah.
Before that sun went down, I was my God, I
The
was
the best spot to sit at when it's hot, upper deck, third base side, but you got to be like halfway up because the overhang, you never get the sun on you.
Mm.
We never get the.
I was lower level, first base side, like half, like less than halfway up behind like the dugouts.
Damn, the sun was setting right on your forehead.
Oh, I was cooking.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the last. Dang, I think the last. No, is that the last? I think the one of the last O's game. Cause I've been to O's game in a minute in a grip. Cause I don't be feeling like being in traffic. It may be weird. It may. Hey, you may know the person. Why? I was with. I was hanging with Miss UMES when we was down there.
Oh
Like, yeah. That was the.
Oh, that's an insider.
An insider. I ain't trying to put governments out there.
All Justice said was, "Oh, okay." Alrighty.
I'm keeping it even.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, but that was a good. Like, yeah, I'm trying for wasn't hot. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was kind of hot. But I mean, it's such a great. Like, it's wild because the first. I mean, Camden Yards. Like before then, like the last, well, I've been in a couple more times, but like the first time in the Camden Yards was like I went like for summer camp, and like in '92, and that's when it like opened, and I was like, oh, this ballpark was dope, and from that point, then I had to wait till an adult to go see it. I was like, yeah, I'm not. Again, I was like, I'm traveling to Baltimore for the commute. I mean, it ain't far, but I don't like traffic, so it is what it is. I like TV though. I can watch it on TV though. I'm good. Look, man, the Commanders are like right. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The Commanders are literally 5 minutes away from me, and I would never go. I barely go to a game because I'm like, nah, y'all ain't gonna ruin my piece.
I was just thinking about it this morning. Football is the only sport I'd rather watch at home.
Isn't it great at home? Yeah, it is.
Everything else. I mean, if you give me a ticket to a football game, I'm gonna go.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But everything else, yeah, I would like to be there. But football, let me watch it at the crib.
Yeah, that's why I tell folks too. I'll be like, well, it's wild. Like everybody likes. It's wild. That's the thing about baseball. Folks love going to a baseball game rather than watching it on TV. I'm just different. I think I like sporting events on TV for some strange reason. Like I love watching. I can watch a baseball game on TV is still cool to me. Like I can sit down and be good.
So the only reason I would prefer a baseball game on TV is because I can see the strike zone.
That makes sense.
That's the only. Everything else, like the coach in me, when I go to a base, I'm watching every single.
Oh, okay. So you a little different. Okay, I got you.
It's almost like I can't enjoy it. I have to enjoy the game as a coach to enjoy the game.
Yeah, that's true. I'm like that with basketball. I like being a basketball guy. Yeah. I'm the same way. I like to see everything in basketball because I coach ball. Yeah. I coach basketball, so I do like watching. I like basketball.
And that's why I actually like to sit high because I think when you sit low, there's something that you miss. When you sit high and you're looking at, like especially like around either first, third base side or around home plate. Yeah. If I'm in the outfield, I can't draw the attention because I'm trying to look at positioning of the outfielders. But if I'm like towards as close to the catcher as possible, then I can kind of see. Shade them over a little bit, you know what I mean?
That makes sense. I like being like when I'm watching a baseball game, being that like Watt talking about like the strike zone. I like to know where I'm pissed off at.
Yes, I like to know what I'm. I like to know.
I like to know when I'm pissed off because I get the little box. I get the little. Y'all like to give me the cheat code where I can see the strike zone the way y'all want me to see the strike zone. If I don't go to that box, I'd be pissed. I'd be straight pissed. I like to be annoyed.
And we had Laz Diaz in that freaking game, and it's a shame that it's a shame that like when you hear the name like Joe West or Laz Diaz, and it's like you actually know who the hell that is.
Yeah,
Ed Hockley. You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah,
he was the ref. No wonder they lost.
Who was the dude that Roberto Alvarez spit on? Always trying to remember.
Who was that? I don't remember who that was.
He was one of them too.
Yeah, he was
before the spit incident.
Oh my goodness.
There's no way I can remember. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name either. But yeah, he definitely was another one of those ones. There was a lot of those in the 90s.
Yeah, a lot.
Wiley, I'm gonna we're gonna ready to wrap up the show, but I want to know Diddy toot Miguel's horn real quick.
Okay.
Because I want to give him his flowers to another person who's sports knowledge I respect as much. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little story. Okay. We've been doing this show for a couple years now, right? And on this show, we used to do a thing. We got to get back to it, Miguel.
We
Miguel
did.
would try to stump me with some jerseys, some jersey numbers for like, he would give me clues in the jersey number and I had to guess, right?
Mhm.
So I was like, yo, I'm getting tired of being stumped. So I'm going to try to stump him on some stuff, right? So this one day I found something. I was like, I got him. I got him on this one, right? So I said, the New York Mets, it was the year the Whiz Kids, right? I think it was the Amazing Mets. Excuse me,
Amazing Mets.
Was it 1960 what?
69.
1969 Mets had the team that won the World Series had a player on their team that graduated from an HBCU. I think he graduated from Morehouse, I believe it was. I right now forgot what his name is. So that was my question to Miguel. And I was like, I got it. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
And I thought I had him. Matter of fact, did I get you on that one, Miguel? Doesn't matter because it was amazing.
I can tell you the name if you forgot.
Okay, tell me after this.
Okay.
Miguel went and not looked up. He went and thought about it and said, okay, in left field you had boom. Center you had boom. Right field you had boom. You had such and such catching. You had such and such at third base. You had such and such a shortstop. You had such and such a second base. At first base, I can't remember his name, but I know blah, 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 blah. And then basically, he basically got it. But he just ran down the whole damn lineup of the 1969 Mets.
That's tough.
He wasn't born.
Yeah.
It's not his team. He was just able to run down the whole damn lineup of the 1969 Mets. I couldn't tell you one player on that team.
I blame my mother because she didn't let me out the house, so I was watching a lot of ESPN at 2 a.m.
That's tough. Like I wouldn't even if I cover it, it's wild. Like you're not even a Mets fan. You weren't even a Mets fan back then. That is wild. Yeah, that's tough. Cause I thought you said the Mets. I thought you were talking about Doc Gooden's team or something. When you said that, I was like, okay, well, all right. But you talking about in the '69, whoa.
Well, because baseball tells the thing I always loved about baseball is that baseball has games that were like movies. Like they have
That's true.
The Catch. They have it's like the Amazing Mets. They were 1,001 shot to win the World Series, and you watch enough videos about it, you kind of learn some things, and that first baseman was Don Clendenin, and and he did. I don't think he played long, but it's and I think one year I scraped up enough money to actually buy the baseball encyclopedia.
Oh, where are you serious? That's dope.
So I'm just sitting there studying statistics and stuff like that, but more so why did this team win and this team lose? Like why did the '67 Red Sox lose to the St. Louis Cardinals? When they were the better team and all that stuff like that. So that stuff always intrigues me.
That team had Gibson, right? '67 had Gibson, right?
Bob Gibson, but they had I think the Red Sox. They had Carl Yastrzemski. They had Jim Lomborg was one of their starting pitchers, and John Congleriano before he got hit in the eye and lost his sight for 2 years.
Oh, he's dope. Hey, wow, he dope.
Well, I was going to let him go because what year are we talking about now?
67. 1967.
He dope. He know the red. He dope. He dope. I like that. I like that. No, real talk. I like that. I can hold you. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just like, he said, and such and such got hit in his eye.
Yeah, I was like, cause I'm thinking like that year. I'm trying. I'm like, what player would I like? When you say the Mets, who was the star player on that Mets team? I'm even trying to think about.
Well, people think that Nolan Ryan did not win a World Series, but he was on that team.
The '69 team.
So he's on the '69 team, but he was a reliever.
What? Oh wow!
Because the thing about it was he had no control, little to no control. I think he had one save in that World Series, and then they were working with him to try to because I think they had Tom Seaver on that team.
Okay, Seaver. Okay.
And then I think in 72, 71, they were like, we can't do anything more. So that's when he traded him to the Angels.
Okay, yeah.
And then that's when he started with the no hitters and he started striking out 300 a year. And they're like, oh, well, what did we do wrong? It's like he's he's a Western kid. You know what I mean? He does better in warm weather. So that's why he went to California, then Houston, then Texas, and that was it. He wasn't an East Coast guy.
This is dope.
So
I ain't know. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know the rhymes with the Mets in '69.
Yeah, he was.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call surrounding your. Hold up, where am I pointing? Surrounding yourself with people that are smarter than you, so you can also look good. Okay. I surround myself with people smarter than me, and it makes me look good. I didn't have to say a doggone word. See that?
That is amazing.
He's gonna go wake up and say, Nolan Ryan, World Series, 69.
That is wow. Like I didn't think he was 69. All right.
He was a rookie then, right?
In 69 he was.
Yeah. I just thought he started around like mid 70s. I didn't even think he started. I didn't. Wow. Okay.
I have his rookie card.
Okay.
You have his rookie card?
His rookie card?
I had it. I still have it.
Are you serious? You just have his rookie card anywhere?
Somewhere, yeah. That's how I knew he. That's the only reason I knew he played for the Mets.
Oh wow!
You better find that damn card.
Nolan Ryan played for the
Man,
Mets.
when I started watching, Nolan Ryan. When I started watching baseball, Nolan Ryan was. I knew him just with the Texas, with the Houston.
Houston Astros or the
Rangers. Sorry, the Rangers. The
Rangers.
Rangers. Excuse me, the Rangers.
Yeah, that's. I think that's why I remember him first with the Rangers.
Rangers, yeah.
No, the Astros is where I remember.
Sorry, you know what? You're right. It's the Astros. It's the Astros.
I remember the Astros first, then the Rangers.
Yeah,
the Rangers is when he got in the fight with Ventura.
Yeah.
When he whooped Ventura's ass. I ain't never seen an old man put somebody in a headlock and just beat on his brain.
Beat the Mets out of that dude.
Punish that young boy. Look here, young fella.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Look here, young fella.
That's when he was about that life. Nolan was about that life.
I tackle steers, homie. All right, look, we're gonna get up out of here, man.
Love it. Love it.
Man.
We're gonna get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the CheckSwing Podcast. Thank you to Wally from the Urban Sports Scene.
Appreciate you, Wally.
No problem, man.
Wally, shout out where they can get in touch with you. Shout out where you're gonna be, and shout out your show and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, man. It's the Urban Sports Scene Podcast. We got we cover squads from the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, professional teams, some college sometimes, but and we also cover HBCU stuff as well. Yeah, we air live Wednesdays at 8:00. We're gonna pretty much do a straight Commander show on Wednesday tomorrow, previewing tomorrow's game and recapping what happened against the Steelers. But you could check us out on our Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. Just search that Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. We're on there. Just search Urban Sports Scene on all podcast platforms. We're there. And then on social media, we got a Facebook page. Same thing. Search Urban Sports Scene. We're on X. Yeah, X at Urban Sports Scene. So yeah,
I hate saying that.
Yeah, me too. I'm about to. Everybody telling me about Blue Sky. I might transfer over.
I've seen that. I have not checked it out.
I don't know, but everybody's trying. They talking about it real loud now. So I gotta check it out to see what time it is.
Are you on Fanbase?
Huh? What's that?
Check out Fanbase. It's
Fanbase?
created by Isaac Hayes the Third or Isaac Hayes Jr.
Okay.
I'll send you a link.
Send me a link. Yeah.
I'll send you a link. Well, look, we're going to get up out of here. Oh, before I go, I did want to shout out registration for the 2024 Coaches Clinic is open. Coaches Helping Coaches Clinic. It's an organization They're excited about their 6th annual Coaches Clinic, which will be held at Penwood High School. That's 100 Green Avenue, Lansdowne, Pennsylvania, on November 15th and 16th. Registration opens on the 15th. So make sure you check that out. Go to www.thechcc.org. Make sure you go there and get your information and check out the Coaches Clinic. Sorry.
And just so I can make a brief announcement, as of 11/12, 2024, the Dallas Cowboys still are garbage. They still suck. And the one fan who has been remaining quiet, I'm still calling you out. You're a cockroach. Because no wins and you're nowhere to be seen. Your Yankees lost, your Cowboys lost. I know you're probably a Lakers fan. They're gonna lose.
Wait a minute, don't take it. That's not the Lakers.
I'm just saying, no. Listen. I got nothing against the Lakers, but Cowboys fans usually are.
They are though. You know what? You're right though. They are though. This is true.
And their fourth team is what? Either UNC or Duke, right?
Yeah, that's true. They all like they're all like those type of teams. You're right. You're right.
Usually, it's usually Duke. I just want to say it's usually Duke, not UNC. Usually.
Yeah.
No, they like both because it's a Jordan thing.
No, they don't.
Wow, they do, man. Like with Jordan, because it's the popular. Like Jordan went to UNC, therefore they're UNC fans. They like he's kind of right. Like he's kind of right.
We need a button that says he is triggered. He said, "No, he's not."
I'm just saying, like they kind of are. Like you know what I'm saying, like I'm just saying, like you know what I'm saying, like watch
When Justice's voice goes lower, he's not having fun anymore.
Like, watch, you a real Carolina fan. I know you are. That's why I don't even like. I'm telling you, like, there's some like, dude, I'm a real Lakers fan, and that's why. And I get when people try to come at me, but I'd be like, my goat, Magic Johnson. Y'all go somebody younger, so y'all know me. So I'm like, we different. So, but when Carolina, y'all, yes, definitely. You in the same boat. You in that popularity side. You know what I'm saying? You're in the same boat.
Hey, well, real quick, you've known me for 25 years. We've known each other for 25 years.
Yeah.
Did you ever know why I'm a Carolina fan?
I don't think. No, you know what? Wait. I think you told me the story, but refresh me because I think you did tell me a story. Why?
I don't know if I have. I don't know if I ever.
It's not a relative or anything, right?
What's her name?
Well, I did have a relative that went there, but I was a fan before the relative went.
Okay. All right.
I was actually when I went to Sixers camp back in the day.
Yeah.
Team I was on was the UNC Tar Heels.
That's
so
wild.
I became a fan that way and just been a fan ever since. And my homie that went to the camp as well, he was on the Duke Blue Devils.
Oh, damn.
We ended up playing against each other in the championship.
Oh, y'all didn't copy the whole college thing?
Yeah, they had an ACC conference. They had, the older guys.
Are you serious? Oh, that's kind of dope. I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of dope.
I don't know if they still do it that way, but that's how they did it back then. They had the ACC, SEC. But
look,
yeah, it was cool.
I'm a Georgetown fan. You know what I'm saying? So I saw Big John Thompson. I was like, yeah, we the same. And I'm Nigerian, and he was getting number Africans on his team. We just related. You know what I'm saying? We just like it was meant to be. Rest in peace to Kevin Mutombo. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Rest in peace. There was something I wanted to. There was one more thing I wanted to speak up on the show. I didn't write it down, and that's what I get for not writing it down. I wanted to say, oh well, I'll remember it next week. We're going to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the CheckSwing Podcast with myself and Coach Santa, the brains and brawn of the show. And, of course, thank you and shout out to my man Wiley from the Urban Sports Scene. I'm here at the camera. I don't know why I'm looking over here. From Urban Sports Scene for blessing us with his presence and breaking down the game that's happening on Thursday with the Eagles and the Commanders, Thursday night game. This shouldn't be a Thursday night game. This should be a Sunday night game.
I know. It really should. Real talk. They're messing up this whole schedule. They're messing it up. They're messing up.
They did. Well, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us. We'll talk to y'all next time here on the CheckSwing Podcast. We love y'all. And I'm just stalling until I find the animation. All right, here we go. Talk to y'all next time. Peace.
It's live.